Welcome to Chanan Academy. In today's class, we are going to be talking about equation involving indices. So this is the part 2 of indices. So if you've not watched the part 1, please do to go and watch that, because this is just the continuation of the part 1. Alright, so sometimes you can have questions like 5x minus 2 equal 25. And then we are asked to find x. So questions like this are the reason we are going to study this particular part of indices. Alright, when we have questions like this, the first thing we need to do is to try and make both sides have the same base. Okay, so don't forget 5 is the base. If you have watched the previous one, you know that 5 is the base. So what can we do to make 25 have the same base as 5? So 25 can be 5 raised to the power of 2. So if you do that, we are going to have that becomes 5x minus 2 equal to 5 raised to the power of 2. Now once the both sides are same, you can equal the power. That way you can then have that x minus 2 is equal to 2. Therefore, x is equal to 2 plus 2, which is 4. Alright, that's the first step. How about if we have questions like this? X squared is equal to 4. Now, if you have x squared equal to 4, so there's no way you can make x have same base as 4. So what you need to do is to try to make both base have equal power. Alright, so that means 4 can be expressed as 2 raised to the power of 2. This will then equal to x squared equal to 2 raised to the power of 2. And since the power are the same, we can equal the base. So x is equal to. So that's the second approach we can take. Also, what if we have the root of x equals 16? Now, in this case, there's no way we can make both sides have the same power or make both sides have same base. So what we do in this case is to try to reverse the process. And that means to reverse the root of x is to square x. So if we square x, it means we are going to square the both sides. So we'll take a square of this and then take a square of this. And if we take square of both sides, so this square will cancel out the square root. So we are going to have x equal, and the square of 16 is 256. Alright, so let's take some questions to explain this much better. Alright, so we are asked to find x in this equation. Let's do solution. So the first thing we need to do is to break it down. Now look at this. From the indices law discussed in part 1, you know that this can be equal to 5x multiplied by 5 raised to the power of 1. Because whenever you have multiplication, you add the power. Alright, so we can say 5x multiplied by 5 raised to the power of 1, all in brackets, plus 5x equal to 150. Now look at the left hand side. We can factor out 5 raised to the power of x. And if we factor out 5 raised to the power of x, we are going to have 5 raised to the power of x, open bracket, 5 raised to the power of 1, which is same thing as 5, plus 1, bracket close, equal to 150. Take note, if you open this bracket, you are going to have the same thing as this. Alright, so this is then equal to 5x bracket 6 equal to 150. What we need to do next is to divide both sides by 6. So if we divide both sides by 6, you are going to have 5x 6 over 6 equal to 150 over 6. So the left hand is going to be equal to 5x equal to 150 divided by 6, you are going to have 25. So now we have broken the question down. The next thing is to make both sides have same base. So this is base 5. 25 can be expressed as 5 raised to the power of 2. So that means we have 5 raised to the power of x equal to 5 raised to the power of 2. And since both bases are equal, we can equal the power. So therefore, x is equal to 2. And this is our answer. Alright, so let's take more example. Alright, so we are asked to solve for x in this equation. Alright, so solution. So we have x equal to 9 root 9x raised to the power of half. So for us to be able to take out the root, we take the square of both sides. If we take the square of both sides, we are going to have x squared equal to 9 squared multiplied by 9x raised to the power of half. Because the square is going to cancel out the square root. We also know that this also means 9 raised to the power of 1 multiply by x raised to the power of half. So we can have x squared equal to 9 raised to the power of 2 multiplied by 9 raised to the power of 1 multiplied by x raised to the power of half. So we can add the power of 9. So we are going to have x equal to 9. So if we add the power 2 plus 1, it will be 3. That's from indices. And then we have multiplied by x 1 over 2. This is square. So we now have x squared equal to 9 raised to the power of 3 x raised to the power of half. So let's divide both sides by x raised to the power of half. So if we do that, we are going to have x squared over x raised to the power of 1 over 2 equal to 9 raised to the power of 3. Because if we divide, the half is going to cancel out the half. So we are going to have x raised to the power of 2 minus 1 over 2. Now, I hope you're not confused on why we are subtracting the power. We've talked about this in the part 1, so please go and watch the part 1. So this is then equal to 9 raised to the power of 3. So if you subtract that power, you're going to have x raised to the power of 3 over 2 equal to 9 raised to the power of 3. At this point, what we need to do is to try to eliminate this power so x is on its own. And the way to do that is to multiply by the inverse of the power. So what I mean by that, we have 3 over 2. If we multiply by 2 over 3, this is going to cancel and this is going to cancel. So we have 1. Remember, the rule is whatever you do to the right hand, you also do to the left hand. So we are going to have x raised to the power of 3 over 2 multiplied by 2 over 3 equal to 9 raised to the power of 3 multiplied by 2 over 3. Now, if you simplify this, you're going to have 1, which will then give you x equal to, from the right hand, this is going to cancel out this. So we are going to have 9 raised to the power of 2, which is then equal to 81. So x is 81. Alright, I hope you understand. Please, if you do not understand, please go through it again. Okay, so let's take another question. Alright, so we're asked to solve for x in this question. Solution. So we have 8x raised to the power of negative 2 equal to 2 over 25. Now recall from indices that this expression is the same thing as 8 over x raised to the power of 2. So we are going to have 8 over x raised to the power of 2 equal 2 over 25. So from this point, we can cross multiply. So if we cross multiply, we're going to have x raised to the power of 2 multiplied by 2 equal to 8 multiplied by 25. The left hand side is going to be equal to 2x squared equal to 8 times 25, that's 200. Okay, now we can divide both sides by 2, so we can have just x squared. So now we have 2x squared over 2 equal to 200 over 2. Therefore, x squared is equal to 100. Now from this point, we can make both sides have same power. So 100 can be expressed as 10 raised to the power of 2. So we're going to have x raised to the power of 2 equal to 10 raised to the power of 2. Now since both power are equal, we can equal the base. So x is equal to 10. So this is our answer. Let's take more example. Alright, so we are asked to find x in this equation. Okay, so we have 9 raised to the power of 2x minus 1 all over 27 raised to the power of x plus 1 equal 1 over 9. So what we need to do now, cross multiply. So when we cross multiply, we are going to have 9 raised to the power of 2x minus 1 multiplied by 9 raised to the power of 1 equal to 1 multiplied by 27 raised to the power of x plus 1. Since both bases are the same at the left hand, we add the power. So then we're going to have 9 raised to the power of 2x minus 1 plus 1 equal to 27 raised to the power of x plus 1. Now this is then going to be equal to 9. So this is going to cancel out. So we have just 9 raised to the power of 2x equal to 27 raised to the power of x plus 1. Now let's try to make both sides have the same base. So 9 can be written as 3 raised to the power of 2 and 27 can be written as 3 raised to the power of 3. So then we have 3 raised to the power of 2 to the power of 2x equal to 3 raised to the power of 3 bracket x plus 1. So if we open the bracket, we are going to have 3 for x equal to 3 raised to the power of 3x plus 3. Now, the base are the same, so let us equate the power. So when we equate the power, it will be 4x is equal to 3x plus 3. So we can solve for x here. So we have 4x, we take the 3x to this side, it then become minus 3x equal to 3. Now 4x minus 3x to be x equal 3. So our x is 3. Thank you. We have come to the end of the class. Please do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also drop your comment in the comment section. If there's any topic you would like us to talk about, drop it in the comment section. See you in our next class. Bye for now.